All zodiac signs have a hidden addiction. Here's yours.
But before we start, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an upload from us. Also, leave a like right now.
Have you ever wondered where our habits come from? As it turns out, they may be closely connected to your zodiac sign, Aries. On the best days, an Aries is determined, enthusiastic, passionate, and confident. But they have their flaws too. Sometimes they can be pretty impatient, moody, and impulsive. And that's exactly where their biggest addictions come from. If you're an Aries, you're probably one of the biggest coffee lovers out there. Coffee boosts your energy and helps you keep up with a hectic lifestyle of doing everything at super speed. Another big addiction of Aries is adrenaline rushes, which is why most people of this zodiac sign love adventurous and risky things. And Aries doesn't want to miss a thing and really tries to live their life to the fullest. So anything that can help them with that can easily become a huge part of their lives. Taurus. People of the Taurus zodiac are incredibly genuine, reliable, practical, and responsible. So they don't really develop addictions that easily. But one thing can make them go crazy: food. And who can blame them for that, right? Taurus people usually like to indulge themselves, and since food is the easiest way to do it, they're pretty big on it. However, this may turn into a problem as the Taurus can start attaching their feelings to food and overeat to cope with their life problems and difficulties. In their healthy state, though, a Taurus can't resist a good meal and probably has a couple of foods they simply can't live without. Gemini. Geminis are affectionate, adaptable, and quite curious about life and the world around them. The thing that helps them fulfill all these qualities? Social media. They can find tons of useful information there, learning more about their new and exciting hobbies, communicate with people, and express their opinions. The healthy usage of social media helps a Gemini's hungry brain expand and get into many places at once without feeling too committed to any one of them. Still, just as with a Taurus, this addiction can be rather dangerous. When using Facebook or Instagram as a distraction from their real-life problems, Geminis can find themselves becoming more and more jealous, insecure, and unhappy. After all, social media does portray the perfect lifestyle none of us actually lead, doesn't it? So if you're a Gemini, be smart about your social media and use it wisely. Cancer. Cancers are very emotional, imaginative, sympathetic, and loyal. It's no surprise that one of the biggest addictions of the zodiac is love and romance. Cancers crave the feeling of being truly loved, appreciated, and needed. Because of their highly emotional nature, Cancers sometimes fall into the pattern of getting into relationships that are no good for them. But even in this type of romance, Cancers always give their all and try to do everything they can to make it work. Another big addiction in this zodiac sign is overthinking, and Cancers should definitely get a medal for their skill here. They know exactly how to turn any situation upside down in their mind, which can take a negative toll on them. Leo. Creative, humorous, and warm-hearted, Leos develop addictions pretty easily and have a great number of them. One of the most common ones is shopping. Leos are pretty materialistic and find it hard to resist impulse purchases, no matter how useless they might be. Plus, they love to treat themselves and look good at all times. This brings Leos to another obsession they can get hooked on: their appearance. It's hard to find a Leo who doesn't look good, and that's because this zodiac sign enjoys investing time in themselves. How they look and how others see them is important to Leos, so they try to make sure that they look fabulous all the time. Finally, another addiction is attention. No problems here, though. A Leo's natural charisma and charm instantly make them the life of the party anywhere they go. Virgo. Virgos are known to be analytical, hardworking, and practical. They're also neat freaks, which reveals their first and most obvious obsession: cleanliness. Virgos are very organized, so seeing a messy room or a person who never puts things in their rightful places really bothers them. However, Virgos are very respectful, so they never say that they feel uncomfortable in someone else's messy environment. They just make sure that the next encounter will be at their place. But enough about a Virgo's obvious addiction. They have another secret one: toxic relationships. Yep, in this sense, Virgos are very similar to Cancers. But if Cancers fall in love way too deeply because of their emotional nature, Virgos struggle with expressing their emotions, which leads to unhealthy relationship dynamics. Here's a little advice for all you Virgos out there. Don't be afraid to express your real feelings. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. Libras. Just like Cancers, the diplomatic, gracious, and fair-minded Libras are addicted to romantic love. But there's one important detail here: they're way more obsessed with the idea of love than the reality of it. The Libra sign's all about balance, and that's why people of this sign often get stuck on the idea that they need somebody to complete them. They wholeheartedly believe that every single one of us has a soulmate, and they patiently wait for that special someone to make their life even more bright and meaningful. A lot of Libras are hopeless romantics who dive into relationships and always have a vision of the perfect romance in their minds. Scorpio. Resourceful and stubborn, Scorpios certainly have one of the most complex, difficult, and interesting zodiac signs. They prefer to have a hands-on experience, which explains their hidden addiction, physical contact. A Scorpio isn't one of those people who have tons of crushes. When they fall in love, it's a big deal. The same thing goes for friendships. A Scorpio circle is tight and consists of the closest people who've been through thick and thin with them. That's why their friends, family, and partner are extremely important to them. Any type of physical contact, such as hugging, kissing, or just sitting relatively close to their loved ones, is crucial to this zodiac sign. Sagittarius. A Sagittarius's idealistic and generous but impatient nature makes them very prone to developing new obsessions and addictions. Nonetheless, they usually go from one thing right to the other without staying in one place for very long. But there are some recurring themes here, including travel and gambling. A Sagittarius is a true optimist who loves going to new places and experiencing new things. And that's exactly why they love traveling. Even if it's from one apartment to another, they're also big risk takers, which is where gambling enters the field of interest. Their optimistic character can make them spend hours upon hours gambling, thinking that if they stop now, they'll miss their shot. So every Sagittarius out there should certainly remember two key gambling words: moderation and control. Capricorn. Capricorns are probably the most disciplined and responsible for all 12 zodiac signs. And these qualities surely help them with their true passion and addiction: their work. Capricorns, especially those who have found their dream job and are lucky enough to do it every day, are the biggest workaholics you can ever meet. They love learning new things about their craft and slowly but steadily becoming the best of the best. The most amazing thing is that they don't compete with others. They compete with themselves. But sometimes their obsession can go too far. One thing Capricorns have yet to learn is to really relax and take their minds off work. Aquarius. If you're an Aquarius, you're probably very independent and original, and sometimes you just want to dive into fantasy world and distress. An Aquarius tends to channel their emotions into something else rather than dealing with them in the here and now. Their initial reaction is to distract themselves, calm down, and come back to the problem later, to look at it from another perspective. Both video games and books give them this opportunity. Pisces. Cute, artistic, gentle, and sensitive, a Pisces is truly unpredictable when it comes to addictions. They can get up to pretty much everything, from watching too much Netflix to eating too much. But one of the biggest loves of their life is certainly sleeping. No zodiac sign enjoys sleeping on the same level as a Pisces does. This is a sure way for them to relieve stress and feel better. A Pisces is pretty big on power naps too, as they help them keep going, filling them up with energy and positivity. And weekends are the best for any Pisces. You can sleep all you want and stay in your pajamas all day. What could be better?